Hello guys, Sir Grangolot here. Being able to talk about a new Armored Core game in current year is fantastic. I'm an old fart, and when I purchased my copy of the first Armored Core for PlayStation I was attending the last years of high school. What you see playing in the background of this video is just going to be some spoiler-free PvP action, so if you haven't gone through the whole game there is no need to worry about spoilers while I try to express my thoughts about it. I will start talking about graphics because there have been some really bad takes about the quality of Armored Core 6's graphics. I'm willing to agree with the statement that some of the textures in the game don't look amazing, which is something that has been pointed out in many professional reviews. This doesn't take into consideration a few things though. The game runs buttery smooth, even at high resolutions FPS settings, and anyone who plays shooter games will take a drop in texture quality for higher FPS. Second, the overall visual design of the game is fantastic. Not only does it fit the theme and lore of the game, but some of the quest events are absolutely spectacular. And lastly, who the stands in front of a factory wall that is a minor scenery filler item to evaluate the game's graphics? For a game that is about fast shooty PvP action with mechs on a remote planet that is being spoiled by corporations that are literally fighting each other for profits, I believe From Software has done an absolutely fantastic job when it comes to graphic design. Everything sounds great. Every weapon gives you the feeling of delivering a strong impact, whether it's the sound of a Gatling chewing through ammo, or bazookas doing what bazookas do, or energy blades swinging around. Everything is delivered in a beefy way. Controls are the thing that probably shocked me the most, because before getting to play the game I was deeply concerned about having to undust a controller. I'm a mouse and keyboard player at heart, and shooter games with controllers are borderline unplayable for me. Within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game I felt at home though. For people who are worried about it, here's a brief rundown. The left hand takes care of the WASD keys to move, Q and E to shoot the rear mounted weapons, R to repair, although I had to rebind this, Control to assault boost, and the spacebar to float around. The right hand of the mouse handles aiming and moving direction, left and right hand weapon, and I have a couple of extra keys on the side of my gaming mice, so my thumb takes care of boost and quick boost. There are some extra actions to do, but if you are a PC Master Race gamer and cannot stand playing on a controller, fear not. Armored Core 6 feels fantastic on keyboard and mouse. There has been a bit of drama before the release of the game in regards to the target lock system. Personally, I'm using soft lock almost exclusively, and I very rarely have issues at tracking targets. When it does happen, it's usually because I'm bad and I should feel bad. The gameplay is Armored Core at its core. During the course of the years, the several Armored Core games that were released provided some differences in gameplay. And since everyone will have their favorite Armored Core game, some old players may love Armored Core 6 or wish that it was a bit more similar to one of the previous 75 million games in the series. In general, it's a fun and challenging game to play that rewards players for practicing the game mechanics and choosing the best mech setup for the task at hand. This is a very important thing to remark because some fights can be relatively easy using a particular set of weapons and AC body and legs, but frustrating using other parts. Shout out to my boy Balteus, the great filter. As I mentioned earlier, I will not go into spoilers. Overall, I've been enjoying the missions and their variety. I wish the game made it more clear whether there is going to be an Omega boss fight. I understand that suddenly having an unexpected boss can be very exciting, but when you are a bit short on time and you just have enough for a quick mission, it would be nice to have a better idea of what is coming. The amount of cash we get for a mission is usually a good indicator, but it's not always reliable. One of the last things to talk about is PvP. I will not pretend that this is going to be an MLG tier PvP game that is going to establish itself as the new esport. Is it fun? Holy crap, is it fun! I was very concerned about trying the PvP system, and ended up playing hours of it non-stop. It's extremely addictive, and seeing your mecha creation in action against other players is a blast, even if you're not very good at the game. The game has been out for less than a week, so it's possible that in a few days everyone will be running the same build to stomp on other players. But in my hours of PvP I've encountered a wide variety of builds, with the Zimmermann shotgun being the only staple weapon that I found on probably 20-30% plus of enemy mechs. A better matchmaking system would be nice, but so far my PvP experience has been fantastic. A small issue that I had is, since I selected Global for the lobby founding system, I had a few fights that felt like absolute ass due to lag, because the enemy would exit the staggered state while on my screen it had just started, forcing me to guess whether my enemy was going to get staggered by my shot in order to immediately queue up my follow-up attacks. Match against local players were a joy and gave me Tribes vibes. So, all in all, is Armored Core 6 a game that I would recommend? Let's put it this way. It's a From Software game, and From Software doesn't make bad games, at least not recently. But they also don't make committee-style games that try to appeal to everyone. This means that if you are even remotely close to the player demographic that can enjoy a fast-paced mecha game with tough boss fights, you're going to love it. If you're a game journo who barely made it past the tutorial and got filtered by Balteos, then maybe this game is not for you. This is your Granalot, I'll be checking out. Bye guys, take care.